welcome back to Football Manager once again. We've now obviously made it to the Dartford fixture, knowing that a win today could see us rise back to the top of the league. But even if we don't win today, we can draw this match and still rise up at least one position if Oxford don't win themselves. But we know we can't fall lower than 4th, so we are fairly safe with this match, at least for the time being. Now Dartford are mid-table, not really playing badly or well given the season so far, and we've already played them once this season and we demolished them 4-0. Now whether or not that was because they were putting out a weakened side, I'm not sure, but either way we did beat them, as you can see here. Oh, that's Chippenham. Oh, I know, we're Chippenham. You can see I'm not quite, up to, what's the word? Scratch again. After the week or so I had off from playing this game that I'd actually forgotten we were Chippenham for a moment there. But yes, the 4-0 win over Dartford in the third FA Trophy round. Jesus Christ, I'm not with it today for some reason. So yeah, as I was saying, we've done quite well so far. Dan Holman is currently our top goal scorer with 10 goals. According to this, it's 10 in all matches, which is one every other game, which is, to me, more than acceptable for a striker. So hopefully we can continue that good form in this fixture and continue our push up the league. Obviously we're no longer in the FA Cup, but there's still a few teams in there I care about. For instance, Huddersfield need to lose and Leicester need to win. Other than that, I'm not really bothered about the FA Cup at this point in time, at least until we move on to a slightly more prestigious and larger team. So this is the team we're going for today. Luke Russ is making a return to the team after his injury that he suffered earlier on in the season, which means that Glenn Walker, wherever he is now on the bench, meaning that the midfielder we had on the bench has been dropped out of the side completely. So Luke Russ is probably the best midfielder we have at the club, apart from maybe Joe Hanks, but Luke Russ is younger than him, I think, so he's got more potential to continue growing as a footballer. So for today's match, the team sheets are as follows when the game loads. For some reason this game is taking slightly longer to load than normal today, I'm not sure why, but hopefully it doesn't break, because I'd rather not have this series break on me again like I did last time. Right, so for today's fixture we have it with Dartford, Billy Johnson in goal with Ben Nunn, Connor Essam as captain, Dan Bowery, who I think we had at Halifax. I could be wrong though. Jermaine Mead, David Eliah, James Boot, Noor Hussain, Caleb Chukwumeka, I think that's how you pronounce that, I could be completely wrong, Nassim Lagul, Femi Akinwande, and on the bench Craig King, Tom Bonner, Jacob Berkeley Agyapong, Ricky Modest, and not even going to attempt that one. That one could be rather wrong if I attempt it. So for Chippenham now, we have Elijah Cisse in goal, right back Andrew Burns with Oliver Dwyer and Michelle Parker in centre back, left back Kieran Parcell as captain with Dan Holman as the attacking midfielder ahead of Joe Hanks and Luke Russ in the centre of midfield, with Ross Stern at right wing, Stanley at left wing and Charlie Ball as a lone striker. On the bench we have Luke Jordan, Alex Petrovic, Glenn Walker, Lewis Wilson and Spencer Hamilton. And if I'm honest, I kind of expect a win, because when we played Chelmsford in the last video, you saw we dominated them. Yes, they're bottom of the league, but we dominated them. You don't really dominate the team bottom of the league unless you are a really good side. You normally do well, but you don't dominate. Annoyingly, they've had the first attempt on goal. Thankfully it was a very wayward header, but it was still an attempt. But yeah, you don't really dominate a side anywhere in the league unless you are really, really good. So in theory we have got a good opportunity in this match. Annoyingly, Concord Rangers are losing 2-0 to Oxford City, meaning that we have to win if we want to actually go up a place. Hanks now with a cross into Charlie Ball, and there we are, we're 1-0 up. Charlie Ball's 10th goal of the season, now equaling Dan Holman, and I think there's now a race between those two to see who can get the most goals this season. But yes, 25 minutes on the clock. Stern plays back to Hanks. Beautiful cross. And Ball's header slotting into that bottom corner just beyond the goalkeeper's reach. And we have a nice 1-0 lead. Very slightly onside though. We'll have to work on that in training perhaps, making sure he stays a bit further onside to help rely on his position. A ball in now from Dartford, cleared by Hanks but only as far as boot, but then Nunn picks the ball back up on the edge of the box, and it's now with a cross but headed back to him again by O'Dwyer, and thankfully Leghoul's header is over the bar. O'Dwyer really should have headed that ball into touch or forward. Hanks with a cross is headed clear by Dartford, but it's picked up by Parcel, out wide to O'Dwyer, who crossed the ball in, but it's too close to the goalkeeper and we cannot make anything of it. Ball over the top by Johnson, the goalkeeper, touched down by Akinwenda. Now Leghoul, running it forward to the edge of the box, gets a shot blocked, I believe, O'Dwyer, and clears before a cross, and the header does go wide after a bit of a push from the goalkeeper. Corner kick from Dartford is headed clear and picked up, but put out for a throw-in by Dartford. And I think that's the end of the highlight. It is good. Have a bit of time to breathe. So, with this result, we would go top of the league because Bath are currently drawing 0-0 with Maidstone. Now that's not likely to continue. Maidstone are not doing well this season, and I would expect at this point for Bath to come through and win their match. We've got a goal against complacency. A 1-0 lead is by no means a safe lead, and we really should be looking to improve on it. Yeah, as I mentioned, Maidstone are not doing well. However, they have received a penalty and have now scored a second goal, meaning Bath are losing. Right, ball's forward by Chippenham, but taken clear by Dartford. Back again forward though to Stern. Over the top looking for Stanley in behind, but his ball is caught by the goalkeeper. I think he was offside anyway. Yes, he was. So with a single goal to nil lead, we probably do need to make a few changes later on in the match. Hanks with a free kick headed clear by Bowery. Modeste now with the ball for Dartford is running clear of everyone he's nearby. Oh, thank Christ for that. I was very, very worried that was going to be the perfect counter-attack and he was going to score there, but thankfully he did not. And I just noticed Maidstone are 4-1 up against Bath. Parker, ball back to Cisse now. Plays it short to O'Dwyer. Forward to Hanks. Hanks looking up finds Holman. Now Charlie Ball. Back to Holman once again. Playing it forward to Ball inside the box now, who shoots and scores for his second of the game. And he now is our top goal scorer so far. And I'm just going to quickly pause the game here and make our first two of the three changes, being Hamilton on for O'Dwyer and Russ off for Glenn Walker, because he's not playing very well and O'Dwyer is low on condition. And Joe Hanks with a spectacular free kick, making it 3-0 Chippenham. And I'm going to drop some praise. It's very rare in this iteration of Football Manager that I drop praise, because it seems to just backfire more often than not and lead to an immediate reply, but that was very much deserved. 3-0 up is an incredible result so far. Now, Stanley with the ball forward gets a shot that's very wayward and arguably was a very wasted effort when he really should have squared the ball to either the striker or Dan Holman. We're going to make one more change and we're going to bring off Stanley for Luke Jordan. We'll keep Charlie Ball in for now and we'll have Jordan actually swap over with Stern so that Stern comes in at left wing. I think that's how we're going to end the match for now. Ball over the top from Dartford. Chukwuemeka gets the ball blocked by the defender. Now Stern runs into his own teammate and loses the ball, but thankfully the ball was then cleared, however not very well, and Dartford do pull one goal back. Now this is again hopefully just the one goal. I have to say the mistake from Stern was probably what caused this goal to actually occur, but Parker needs to work on his jumping and headering ability, otherwise he would also have been able to stop this from happening. But either way, a 2-1 win, even though Billericay are also winning in their match, does mean we go up at least one spot, thanks to Bath losing quite handedly to Maidstone. And I'm very pleased with the result and the performance, leading 1-0 in the first half, hitting 2 very quick goals in the second. Yes, we did tail off at the end a bit, but that was probably due more to conditioning than anything else. But yes, Billericay did only just, mind you, beat Hungerford, the team who are battling with Chelmsford for relegation. And Chelmsford very nearly only just lost to Dorking, who at this point are actually challenging for promotion, which is, well, a tad worrying, I must say, if you're a Dorking Wanderers fan, that a team is that close to beating you when they're at the bottom of the table. Annoyingly, Huddersfield did win, which is frustrating, I will grant you. I had hoped that Huddersfield would have given one over to the League One opposition, but they didn't. I'm actually going to praise Charlie Ball for his efforts in the last match. He is now, I believe, our top goal scorer this season. He is with 11 goals. Hanks with 8 assists now to his name, very impressive. And Dan Holman, most player matches, again, very impressive. Norwich did thankfully lose though, so at least one good thing does come from the 4th FA Cup round. So I think that's it for today's video. We did finally manage to get a win back on the board again after a small, I'll admit, very small run of poor results. But we have now managed to get a 3-1 over Dartford. We've got fairly easy opposition in Hampton and Richmond up next, followed by a couple of mid-table opposition sides before we play second from bottom Hungerford. So I think we'll probably come back for the Ebbsfleet and Havant and Waterlooville fixtures. So we play through the entirety of February, try and get the season done quicker than needed before, because the simple fact being that we need to get this series over and done before the next game comes out, which is in about 6 months from now, I think. At least for you it'll be about 6 months. For me it's about 7 or so, because I'm recording these videos way in advance, just so I know if some of them don't work, I can scrap the entire thing in one go, rather than have a video uploaded and then go, oh, it's not working, delete the rest. But yeah, we'll come back for Ebbsfleet and Havant and Waterlooville, and then we'll probably go through until Maidstone and Hemel Hempstead before finishing off the season with either Hampton and Richmond and Braintree or the playoffs, depending on where we finish. Of course, at this point we could still drop anywhere in the league. We could even go bottom. I mean, I've seen teams have a bigger collapse than this before, so it is possible we could still be relegated if we don't do well. So, until next time, as I say every episode, I bid thee adieu and goodbye.